Hey, what's up, guys and gals? Hopefully, you're having a wonderful day or night, depending whatever time you're watching this. And unfortunately, if you're a Mortal Kombat fan, I'm here to share some pretty bad news. As while I'm somewhat late to the party, I still wanted to share my opinions on the presumed cancellation of Kombat Pack 3 and my thoughts on the future of the series as a whole. As recently, we've gotten some responses from Ed Boon concerning the rumors, and it's not looking too good, guys. Now, if you're not already aware of the situation, basically a reputable leaker by the name of Fate Unknown recently came out claiming that Kombat Pack 3 has been cancelled behind closed doors, and after we receive the rest of Kombat Pack 2, there won't be any more content outside of a couple cameos that are already in the works. It's also said the decision to cease support for the game is primarily due to the poor sales for the Chaos Reigns expansion, but also for other factors as well. Now, personally, I believe there's a multitude of reasons for why the DLC performed poorly. Firstly being the price. The game itself is $50, so why am I being forced to pay the same price again for what amounts to less worthwhile content? I understand you have to factor in the price for the rights to these collab characters. Obviously Ghostface and Terminator ain't cheap, not to mention the story expansion. But at the end of the day, the story is objectively worse value than the original in terms of length, and it had a mixed reception from the community upon release, and if we're being real here, the reception was mainly negative. I say mixed, but I don't see too many people hyping up the story. So when taking all of these factors into consideration, it already doesn't sell you on the pack per se, but the characters you decide to release alongside your story of all time are a second Terminator, which no shade to the T-1000, but I feel as if it's a bit redundant to have a second Terminator in a row for MK DLC, even if they'd play completely different. And that's not to mention it's a marginally less marketable variation due to it being the one from the sequel and not Arnold, which I understand we already had him in MK11, but it just raises the question of why do we so desperately need Terminator for DLC when we already had him in the last game? As for Conan the Barbarian, he's a cool addition, sure, but who besides people old enough to have background knowledge even give a shit? The majority of people beneath the age of 35 don't even know of him, and if they do, it's surface level information at best. He's not nearly as iconic as some characters like Rambo or RoboCop who can better bridge that gap between when they came out and the current day by having a wider general audience. And Ghostface? I mean, Ghostface is cool, but he can only carry a pack so much. I mean, I'm not paying $50 just for fucking Ghostface. Then you decide to fumble the bag on 2 out of 3 of your original characters by gender bending them for some reason, which no matter how you feel about the change as a whole, it was still a poor decision from a business standpoint because nobody associates said characters with females. It'd be like if they brought Katana back as a prince. It's just not what the community expects or wants from these characters. So why would you change it? Especially for characters who are so beloved by the community like Cyrax and Sector. But mind you, none of these characters are inherently bad. But at the same time, none of them are extremely profitable either, besides Ghostface, Noob Saibot, and maybe Terminator, since though I don't have a strong connection to the franchise, I know there's a large audience out there who might be hyped for the T-1000. Either way though, that's only 3 out of 6 characters who provide substantial monetary value for NetherRealm, along with a questionable story, all for the same price as the base game, yet they're somehow surprised it didn't sell well. Nonetheless, it's still very unfortunate the game's currently in this position, and when asked about the current state of the game, Ed Boon pretty much responded by curving the questions altogether, hitting us with the golly gee willikers, thanks for all the support. You know that number. So things aren't looking great, but when peeping at the content we were supposed to receive, or maybe still receiving, I really don't know by this point. It'd be hella disappointing if we didn't receive it. Supposedly the next Kombat pack contains Cassie Cage, which has been a modern fan favorite, Sonya Blade, which is an all-time fan favorite, I don't know how she didn't make the base roster or at least Kombat Pack 2, Jade, who is also pretty beloved by the community, yet doesn't appear as often as some would like, a singular collab, which sounds odd since that's pretty anti-money for NetherRealm, but I'll take it, Kano, who though I personally find pretty damn mid, he is a classic character who people generally enjoy, so it makes sense to add him as well. And last, but quite frankly pretty much least, we have Kung Jin. I mean, shit. Yeah, he has a pretty cool bow, I guess. That's something. All jokes aside though, we have received all the other Kombat kids for second appearances, so it only makes sense to finally bring him back as well, even though I doubt anyone really cares. Now take all of this speculation with a grain of salt, as another leaker has contradicting information that suggests we might receive some other characters instead. Either way, both leakers have one big thing in common, that being the cancellation of Kombat Pack 3, But the fact they do have such differing information regarding the character roster does provide somewhat of a good sign, as it means someone's wrong. Maybe both of them, who knows? And maybe we'll get Kombat Pack 3 after all. But that's about all the news we have regarding this situation as of yet. Hopefully something does change. As well, I do have my gripes with the game. I still want my promised content. I mean, expect it at the very least. But if you like the video, that's nice. I know my locale content has been popping off recently, and I'm extremely thankful for that. Don't get it twisted. That form of content won't be going anywhere. But I still don't want to get shoved into that box exclusively like many others. The goal of the channel is to just shoot the shit about things I find interesting, so I want to make sure there's some variety in between the circus acts. But once again, I'm truly appreciative for all the support. I read each and every comment, so if you made it this far into the video, thank you. I upload when I feel like it, so subscribe if you don't want to miss out on whatever I have in store next. But until then, I'll see you on the next one. Bye.
Max contract like Andre Drummond. I'ma keep that shit 100. Ain't no ducking if I'm coming. 5 racks for a verse. After that, you gon' be back. I got the tracking right here, so I know when they touch.